We need to do something, but what recourse is left to us? The only means we had of protecting ourselves could not even prevent my son from...
I am sorry, Jenomis. My design was flawed.
Not necessarily, Charlian. We all saw how it succeeded in drawing Alma back from the rift and shattering the odious. The loss of the boy is not yours to bear. Our focus here should not be on our failures, but what we have learned from them. The being beyond the rift, it spoke before claiming Ramza. It referred to you as the blood of its invokers. Could it be your ancestors are responsible for Ultima's summoning?
Most certainly not. I have discovered no such inference anywhere in the Durai Papers. Besides, tales of the High Seraph existed far before even the earliest of Ivalician legends.
Then who exactly did summon Ultima, and why does she think them your kin?
Look.
I have a bad feeling about this, Cupo.
Ramza, dead? You lie about as well as you carry yourself in battle, Orin.
I did not say he was dead, my lord Delita, merely that he had abandoned his mortal vessel, entrusting his ethereal soul to the auracite. But why would he do such a thing? Peace is finally come to Ivalice. There is naught to be had from further sacrifice. The kingdom is won, and this victory is as much his as it is mine. He risked life and limb to shield me from the dark that would have seen me perish. Without him, I would not be standing here before you. It is my duty as both king and colleague to see him saved. Knights, to me. We ride for Orbonne. My lord. Wait. Ajor Galbados, first of the Zodiac Braves, was not the hero the church would have you believe. He betrayed Mother Heidelin for the promise of coin and power, summoning forth a terrible evil from the depths of the celestial abyss. It was believed only one of the lands chosen, only a warrior of light might stand against this threat. Yet while victorious in battle, Ramza was unable to see the darkness vanquished. If failure was all that awaited our warrior of light, then what chance do you presume any other might stand? Are you saying I should do nothing, then?
No, my lord. Ramza is. My brother's final wish before he surrendered to the ether was that his name be struck from the annals of history.
Alma, you're unhurt. But I was led to believe none but Orin returned from Orbonne. What is this you speak of your brother's wishes? When it became apparent that we were powerless to truly defeat the High Seraph, we chose the only path left to us, to do what Heidelin herself did countless centuries past, imprison Ultima. And as you are aware, My lord, a prison is only as strong as the seal on its gates.
Ramza sacrificed his body to ensure that the Angel of Blood would never again walk the land, and he believed that if people knew of this sacrifice, it would only inspire them to seek out the holy stones and repeat the mistakes of those come before. If you truly avouch yourself his friend, then you will honor this, his final plea.
No. Ramza should not be forgotten. He should be raised up as a hero for his deeds and claim his rightful place at my side. Only he might be my knight gallant. He is gone, my lord.
Before Ramza was your friend, before he was my brother, he was a warrior of light. He did what he did for Hydaelyn, and for those who would one day, too, heed the crystal's call.
Claim the throne, my friend. Become ruler of Ivalice and restore peace to this war-torn realm once and for all.
Wait, Ramza. Don't leave me. Please. I beg of you.
You will make a fine and just king, Delatar. See you do not stray from that path.
Ramza. The stones in these two necklaces, you are certain they will guide the heroes of a new era to Ramza? 'Tis what Ramza wished, my lord. Orin, I do not believe I can bear another farewell this day. Will you not reconsider my offer to remain as a member of my court? 'Tis but a matter of time before the cardinal and his temple knights grow wise to my past. I would not have my presence here implicate you as well. Ramza beseeched me strike his name from history, but like you, my lord, I could not bear the thought of future generations blind to the truth. As such, I penned this chronicle of the hero's journeys. I fear the world, however, is not yet ready for the gospel contained within these pages, nor would the church ever allow its circulation. In fact, I believe they will confiscate every existing copy and lock them away in their library.
And what better way for the words to remain forever preserved than in one of the most highly guarded vaults in all the realm? Then, one day, when the church has fallen out of favor, the chronicle will be discovered and truth shall prevail.
I must admit, your plan is intriguing, Orin, but once the church learns it was you who penned the chronicle, your life.
Kanekotine.
'Twas the echo, wasn't it?
The removal of Ramza's name from the history books, the Durai Papers, the pendants, it was all set in motion by Oren himself.
And if the Liberator's visions are to be taken as fact, it also appears we now know what the High Seraph meant by blood of my invoker.
She was not speaking of ancestors in the sense of actual kin, but the line of those chosen by Hydaelyn to serve her as warriors of light.
But then why abduct Ramza, or even Alma? Unless, there is something you haven't been telling us.
She was using us, to lure Kanekotine. It is her vessel the High Seraph desires.
Matron's teats? Alma, how long have you been awake? I've been a fool. I told our leader that it did not matter if our request for aid was refused, for I had an alternative ploy.
General.
It is all right, Guijai. My intention was to claim one of these auracite in the name of the resistance and use its power to lay waste to the Garlean occupants. Only now do I realize how flawed my ambitions were. You mean this whole time you were playing us for fools? Why didn't we see it earlier? Never trust a woman with ears longer than mine, I always say. You've every right to be angry, and I apologize for misleading you. But believe me, I no longer have any desire to deceive you and yours. I shall see you to the Orbonne Monastery, and ask not in return but that you let me join you in your rescue of Ramza. Do not misunderstand me. I do not do this for any one of you. I do it for my people in both Galmari and Rabanastra, people who may die if this High Seraph is allowed to return to power.
You're right, dear brother. We must do something. Might you have any suggestions, Cupid?
We must do what we Mughals do best, dance. Dance, I say.
High Seraph. Ha! You've defeated tougher opponents on both Aldnard and Uthard. Ultima will rue the day she rose up against the one and only warrior of light. She will, won't she, Kanekotine?
This is all my fault. I was convinced it was Ramza and my father who were bedeviled by the auracite, when in fact, it was me all along.
You are wrong, Alma. The auracite age held no power over you. It never did. Your concern for your family was justified, for they allowed their desires to cloud their own judgment. You needn't blame yourself for matters beyond your control.
But what of Ramza? He's gone because he tried to save me. Please, Kanekotine. You must bring back my brother. I don't know what I would do if I lost him, too.
It pains me as a father that I am powerless to save my own son. Kaneko-teen, I have asked much of you these past moons, but naught is more important than what I ask you now. Please, find Ramza.
It was never my intention to deceive you. Alright, it was not, until it was. But you must understand that I was only thinking of my people. I have not once HL'd you as an enemy, only as an obstacle. And now that I know that to be false, I hope we can work together to save the land from the terrible evil that draws ever nearer.
I will not see the same fate that befell Ba Gamnan befall young Ramza. We must do something, and quick.
The ruins of the monastery lie ahead, but do not think the path will be easy. Harpies? My sisters would not allow this. Unless... Impressive. Perhaps you are deserving of your accolades. But do you have an answer for this mist? Or is it ether? Only the name of these ruins lives on with my people. We have no knowledge of their past, nor do we wish it. Trespass into the monastery is avoided except when necessary. Ahead. I see someone. No. Something.
My name is Mustafa. It'll cost it to me. What's this? Promise won't save you from what comes next. This is the Testament. We're just warming up. What's this? Victory's not so close as you think. You have proven yourself deserving of the title. So you're brave. With this much I become at long last. Come to a killer.
The last time I was here, the only thing holding watch over these stones was a deafening silence. Could it be that Guardian rose from its slumber upon sensing your master's auracite? When the Empire marched upon Rabanastra, many who lived in the desert fled east to the sanctuary of the jungle. Some who were not turned away by my sisters are said to have taken refuge here.
The bell of youth guides your fate,
but
have you the faith to fulfill his legacy? judgment swift and final, its bite as cold as steel. The dreams of men are fleeting, yet they must be embraced if they are to flourish. Have you the faith to do as much? I leave you now to your quest. Ivalice awaits.
Well fought, champion. I leave you now to your quest. My oathly Ivalice.
She was a knight most noble, and her sacrifice will not be forgotten. My sisters will want to know much of her tale, I believe. The path ends here, but for that arcane circle. Do you believe it's some sort of gate? Something here feels different than the monastery above. Otherworldly. Can you not feel it? An evil lurks here, one far beyond our ken. Once, when I was very young, I heard the elders speak of a dark city where the horrors that haunt our nightmares dwell. The Necro Hall, they called it, the Necro Hall of Milan. This, Guardian, he is not like the first two. We must tread with care, lest our journey meet premature end.
I am Count Sinolphus Orlando. Your journey ends here. The hearts of men are black with corruption, and must needs be cleansed. I call out to the skies, and tremble as the brilliance of 1,000 bolts blinds mine enemies and tears their flesh asunder. 7 shadows cast, 7 fates foretold, yet at the end of the broken path lies death, and death alone! Open your eyes to the darkness, and drown in its loveless embrace. The gods will not be watching. Misfortune hangs heavy on a head once held high. Such is poor cover for when the heavens fall. Come and show me more. To the current of life we succumb, its judgment swift and final. Its bite as cold as steel. To live by the sword is to die by the sword. There is time enough for regret in the flames of hell. Cold is the blade that severs the villain's head. Endless is the path that leads him from hell. I am to the god of thunder. Now know why. Upon my holy blade, the very world lies in balance. And now the scale will tell. Pitiless display. Were you expecting a modicum of lust? You will find my defenses quite impenetrable. Escape is not so easily granted. They who dwell aloft have spoken. Their words echo in your empty soul. Ruination is come. Even the strongest of shields cannot defend the weakest of wills. A moment's hesitation beckons a lifetime of pain.
The clouds have parted and the skies cleared. It is time I bade you farewell.
The mist I sensed before, the ether, its flow is much stronger now. It is almost as if the guardians we defeated were somehow preventing its escape. The ether grows thick. She whom we seek must lie beyond this threshold.
Is it sanctum you seek, my wayward children? Or perhaps you are come in search of power? That which lies at your feet, that blessed bauble can grant you both. You need but will it so. Now, take up your salvation and be gone. Mortal agency in matters divine shall not be suffered. You shall rue the day you raised your eyes to the heavens. Kneel soul shall not escape my wrath. Denizens of the abyss, from ink of blackest night, I summon. Kneel before me. Denizens of the abyss, from ink of blackest night, I summon. Denizens of the abyss, from ink of blackest night, I summon. Defiance.
Only we can shield you from doom. To me,
Simmer to the light of life before rising to the heavens in a cleansing conflagration of divine benevolence. Your sins, your souls are undone. You will not intervene.
Children of Hydaelyn, make it swift. You are her only hope.
Few can claim to endure the might of my will. Denizens of the abyss, from ink of blackest night, I summon. Kneel before me. Your very soul shall not escape my wrath. Kneel before me. Denizens of the abyss, from ink of blackest night, I summon. Denizens of the abyss, from ink of blackest night, I summon. To my will. Kneel before me. I see it now, in you. I am your mother. I am your maker. I am Ivalice. Consign me unto darkness, and your light will be forever lost.
He's awake, Cupo. But is it truly him? Thank you. Thank you all for coming to my aid.
And you have my thanks, noble warrior of light. You have achieved what I could not. And you, bearer of my blood and the blood of House Durai. Thank you for seeing my final wish fulfilled. My sacrifice has finally been given meaning. Now, my friends, let us retire to Mother Heidelin's bosom, that we may finally rest. Farewell. You are the true heroes of this story. Delatar. How I have missed you, old friend.
Forgive me, Ramza. You deserve better than what history gave you. I could have done more. I am truly sorry. These countless centuries did I long for the day that we might meet once again. And now, that time is finally come. Heidelin beckons us both.
You're alive? Oh, but of course you are. You'd think that after this many triumphs, one might grow tired of saving the world. Consider us all fortunate that you have not. Ah ha ha ha.
But they were there, Herdy, clear as day, the hero Ramza and good King Delatar. Why would I lie about something like that, Cupid?
My question is, why wouldn't you? Still, after what we've all been through in the past few days, I might be willing to give you the benefit of the doubt, this time, Kyopo.
K-Nekotin. It is almost sad to see our quest come to an end, though we have given the land's scholars much to consider. Charlie Ian will have to open a school of Ivalician studies, are we to keep up?
Despite what Lady France says, I had no doubt that you would come through in the end. It has been an honor, K-Nekotin. I only wish B.A. Gamnon were here with us to celebrate this day.
I owe you an apology, Kanekotin. I was wrong to doubt you. Whether it be in a council room or on the field of battle, you have proven yourself more than worthy of the many praises the bards sing. I am glad to have counted you an ally, for I would not wish you upon even my worst enemy.
Our thanks, Kanekotin. If aught ill had befallen Ramza, his mother would have risen from the life stream to haunt us for all eternity. Oh, you presume I jest.
You're back. And with Ramza. Oh, I worried for you so. For both of you.
You've done it again. Not that there was any doubt. Oh, there were those who doubted you. I shan't name names, but I was not amongst them. I always knew you to be a beast. A lion. A beastly lion.
Tell me, Kanekotin, what was it like? Did the angel scream when you clipped her wings? Oh, I apologize. I seem to have allowed myself to get caught up in all the excitement. I actually abhor violence. 'Tis why I joined the Majestic instead of taking up steel for the Imperial Army. Well that, and because I fell in love with Ramza the first time I laid eyes on him. I mean, fell in love with his magnificent performance, of course. What did you think I meant? Is it hot in here?
I knew you could do it, Kanekotin. We all did.
I see you handled matters on your own, not that I believed you couldn't. With the amount of time that you obviously devote to your training, victory was all but guaranteed. Ahahaha.
You have saved Ramza. You have saved my brother. If there is anything I can do to repay you, name it, and it is yours.
And here we are, Kanekotin. I cannot thank you enough for all you have done for my family, and that is before you saved me from the High Seraph.
You rescued my brother, and for that I shall ever be indebted to you. You will be in my heart, always, Kanekotin.
I am so sorry, Ramza. Alma. I convinced myself my research was the most important thing in my life, all the while you two were standing before me. Can you find it in your hearts to forgive your father?
It is all right. We are still here, are we not?
And we triumphed. We proved your theory true. Ivalice existed. Ramza existed. And Durai was not a heretic, but a hero. Now all that remains is to tell the world.
No, my son. We needn't burden ourselves further.
But father, we cannot allow our ancestors' name to remain.
And we will not. Yet simply not in the manner you think. I shall be adding a final act to the Zodiac Brave storytelling of how Ramza the Forgotten Hero and his chronicler Orbonne smote the Angel of Blood and saved Ivalice from an age of darkness, before quietly embarking on a final journey that would take them far beyond the horizon. And of course, I shall not leave out those nameless heroes who fought alongside Ramza, without whom the young noble would have surely perished.
Is that what you truly want, Father? For the story to end?
It will only end on the stage, my dear, and live on in the hearts of the crowd.
King Delatar and Oran envisioned the Virgo as a beacon which would lead future generations to the truth about the founding of their kingdom. They were right. And just as the pendants guided us, now we shall guide the masses through our play.
And now you see, my son. I would offer you my thanks again, Kaneko team, but thanks are not nearly enough to express my gratitude for all you have given us. Perhaps after I complete the Zodiac Brave story, I shall pen a tale about the legendary warrior of light and her adventures across the 3 great continents. Then you'll have your work cut out for you, my friend. Kaneko Teen has enough battles under her belt to fill at least 3 tomes, if not 4.
Would you stop doing that, Sid?
And her tale is far from over, isn't it? Alright, this is our final dress rehearsal for the night. Make it count. Positions, everyone.
Yes, Principal.
Lights. Music. There will be no more mistakes from you two, am I clear?
Mother crystal clear, Kyoto.
They are going to perform the new final act.
Begin.
Bravo! Bravo! You both were wonderful.
I am inclined to agree with the Lady Murla's sentiments, but there is always room for improvement. Back to your positions, everyone. Again from the top.
Again. I've had enough of this. I was promised a starring role, Cupo. It is in my contract.
Oh, hush, brother, before Jenomis has us back to polishing boot buckles again. Well.
Sir. Further research will be required to reach a positive conclusion, but preliminary tests show that the technology utilized here bears striking similarities to our own.
Excellent. Let the Aorzeans play with their baubles. True power lies within these very walls. It appears our ancestors were as cunning as they were ruthless. A weapon powerful enough to carve a gateway to the land's very core. His radiance will be eager to test this Tartarus, wouldn't you all agree?
I owe you an apology, K-Nekotin. I was wrong to doubt you. Whether it be in a council room or on the field of battle, you have proven yourself more than worthy of the many praises the bards sing. I am glad to have counted you an ally, for I would not wish you upon even my worst enemy. In fact, our paths may cross again sooner than expected. I received word earlier that the Aorzean and Eastern alliances have agreed to assist Lente's Kiers, though not in the manner my leader first sought. They will be providing refuge for those displaced by the fighting. Children, elderly, the wounded, I have been assured that all are welcome. Unlike our demand for soldiery, both Lady Tataru and Lady Yugati seem much more amicable to this request. Perhaps they remembered how only recently Aorzea received refugees fleeing from Doma and Alamigo. And perhaps it was I who reminded them. As for now, I must return to Dalmasca with these tidings, and somehow not only convince the myriad resistance factions to cease their infighting, but also cooperate in the organization of a method in which refugees might be transported safely across the borders. Needless to say, I have my work cut out for me. But even then, this is only the beginning. Once the refugees are safe, there is still a war to be fought, and won. And when that time comes, do not be surprised when I come again calling.
Thanks are not nearly enough for all you have provided us, but sadly, they are all I have to offer. Thank you, Kaneko Time. You watched our rehearsal, so you have witnessed firsthand the fruits of my father's labor. It is now on us, the players, to see their seeds cast across the realm. From fleeing the Empire to searching for a new audience. From finding the truth of our ancestors to bringing back my mother to saving my brother. Many paths were walked on this journey, but ultimately they all led here. Was it merely the auracite that guided us to the Orbonne Monastery, or was it, dare I say, fate? Our exile, our arrival in Hingashi, my father's disappearance, without even a single one of these things, our paths may not have crossed. If that is not fate, then, now that Ramza's desire has been fulfilled, the auracite set in this necklace appears to have lost its blessing. Perhaps it is for the best, but I am simply glad that a piece of my mother remains. I shall not say farewell, for I would not have this meeting be our last. Allow me instead to offer a prayer. Mother, abandon not your wayward children of Ivalice, but deliver us from our sins that we might know salvation.
I hope the new act was to your liking. It may still change, seeing as we have yet to finish our rehearsals, but I believe Father has another masterpiece on his hands. I have always admired my father, but never more than I do now. I finally have come to understand why it was so important for him to tell the tales that he did, even if those actions did see him driven from his home. Still, I worry that we may never find our place here in this foreign land, that our voices may never be heard. Everything we knew is gone. Everything we worked for, behind us. Will the people of Atard and Oldenad accept us for what we offer, in spite of who we were? Will they flock to our stage to hear our stories? Will they laugh at our jests and weep for our losses? I know it is childish to fret over such matters, but perhaps I am still a child, desperate for the acceptance of strangers, despite the fact I am already accepted. Accepted by my friends and family. Something happened that day I laid hands on my mother's necklace. My father would have me believe it was the hero Ramza's auracite, the Virgo, that dispelled the fear and hate in my heart and replaced it with love. I would like to believe that it was not only the holy stone, but me, growing up. Journeying to a new land, meeting new people, learning of new cultures and customs, these things ignited a flame inside me. A flame of change. You, Montblanc, Herdy, Mikato, Master Sid, Weijai, Fran, even Lena. You have all helped fan that flame, that they may rise into a conflagration to burn away the old Ramza, leaving what stands here before you now. My father spoke of one day offering a play that would chronicle your adventures. I believe I will tell him to abandon that endeavor, for I wish to author it myself. That is, if you will allow it. You are welcome here any time, Kaneko time, and I hope that you will take time to visit and tell us more of your deeds. I shall be waiting.
Well, wasn't that an adventure, Kaneko-teen? It is sad to think we must soon part ways, what with all we've been through these past few moons. Satisfied with the city's unwillingness to turn him over to the Garleans, Jenomis has decided to purchase a permanent berth above Kugane for the Prima Vista. Supposedly he has already received petitions from hundreds of Geico and Gainen to join the company. And then there is the matter of my assignment. You will be delighted to learn that I am almost finished. What? How do you expect one to write and expose when off battling forces of evil from beyond the void? Don't you worry, though. A few more weeks and I'll have a draft. Alright, an outline. Until then, I'll stay here in Kugane a while longer, at the Raven's expense, of course. Farewell.